All right, we are live. Hello, hello. Different camera angles, old spot in my home office, old spot, but different camera angle. So, oh, sorry, I got a little distracted there. Let me put my phone over there so I ain't got no distractions because blinking lights and things that make noise, it's like a big distraction. I even had to ask people to not distract me during the show, and then here I am distracting myself. Maybe because it's Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I used to work when I was in college. I worked at the Tyrone Square Mall in St. Pete. This place called Wall Street. It was right next to GameStop, and dudes would always be making sure to say Happy Thursday. Just they'd always make sure to say it, and because I'd always be standing out in the front trying to say hi to people because not very many people shop there. So I was like, let me get out here and try to say hi to some people, get them to come shop in the store. And then I got I learned some lingo. So that's my tip of the day: is don't be afraid to step out of a comfort zone, right? Thank you for being here. This is our second episode of season 4. I don't know if it's 42nd episode. Could be. It could be 42 or 42. You know what I'm saying? Or 4,200. Like when you're watching, like nowadays we have everything online and we bought it all online and it shows like the season names. I'll name it like 480 or 410. You know what I'm saying? Name it whatever you like. So I got some really good topics tonight. I'm happy to be here. It's been a really busy week, but I've been getting everything done I needed to get done. And we are ready to start the show. Hello, hello. Oh, I think you can see it. I hung up a Dolphins hat just for you, Joe. Since you said something, I said, what do I got that I could throw up real quick? Since Joe made a special request. But I do have the official TFTG hat on today. You know what I'm saying? This was like the original, like this was one of the first merchandise that we had for sale on the show on the website. Cheers to water, not beer or alcohol. What's up, Shake? Where you at?
What's good, homie?
Sorry, I'm thirsty.
That's all good. I can't say the same. I'm gonna make me a mimosa.
A mimosa.
Hell yeah.
I didn't know you were also I mean, if you can make anything other than, for me, the most I make all the time is like juice and just water it down. It's like that's the most mixing I do as far as liquids that I consume at home. So you're a mixologist as far as I'm concerned, just even the phrase mimosa. But isn't that a morning thing?
It can be.
It can be.
Somewhere.
I guess cigars can be evening things.
Yeah.
Shout out to Crypto. You know what I drink at bars now?
For life. What's up?
You know what I drink at bars now is Heineken Zero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the best. It's like the best alcohol-free beer I've had. It wasn't too bad. They had zero alcohol Stella, but I didn't really like it.
My favorite zero alcohol beer is Zephyr Hills.
Yeah, but this is what I attempted to do, and this is what really pushed me into music here in Seattle even more, is because I would attempt to go socialize at bars, but I wouldn't consume alcohol. I would drink like soda or something like that. And people knew that I wasn't consuming alcohol, and they were extremely uncomfortable about it. And they would let me know that they didn't like it. So it's not a very easy thing. And that's what pushed me away from just like attempting to do stuff like that. And that's what another reason why I really like music is because people don't care. Like if you're at a concert or an event or something, people don't care if you're drinking or not, even if they're drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care. Nobody actually cares. I mean, I've supplied alcohol to green rooms and hung out with the artists for hours and hours, and I didn't drink any alcohol, and they did not care. So
you got my pimp cup too.
What is
my pimp cup, baby?
What is it? Look, is that is it
supposed to look like it's supposed to be made of orange, so you could drink your mimosas with it.
Oh, okay. I'm drinking I don't know. So I buy 100% juice whenever I can find it. Well, every time I buy juice anyways, and I just like water it down because it's got so much sugar in it, right? Because we're getting older, we can't just consume sugar the way and plus I've been doing it a long time anyways. People be like, because I started doing this really when I was in college. People be like, oh, you're just cheap and this and this and this and this. I'm like, you know how much sugar is in this freaking juice? Even though it's 100%, there's a lot. And it's just like, I don't want to consume that much sugar. It's just not healthy to. And everybody was trying to pin it on me being sustainable and me being this. It's like, no, I just don't want to consume that much sugar. Like, can I do that and not be a liberal? I mean, can I consume something the way I want to and not be? It's just like, what the hell? People are always going to try to find something wrong with what you're doing. You know, especially if it doesn't bother anybody else. They're going to find a way to make it bother them. And that's how you know you're doing it right. Because for someone to get upset with me doing that means that says way more about them than it does me. Because here I am still doing it. Bing, bang, boom. A lot of like my success is because I've been the same person this whole time.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyways, what do we got? What do we got for so today I am reporting from the Department of Miami Efficiency. Dome is what we call. We need to get one of those hats that look like the Elon Musk hat that says Dome. No, dude, those hats are coming. They got to be here. They got to be here sometime soon, because they're definitely shopping around. Dome is definitely in the driver's seat. So, what do we got for number one? So Jalen, hold on, I wrote my notes down. Let me see. I wrote my notes down. So that's the cornerback that they're thinking about trading.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think that's crazy. Why
I don't think they're thinking about it. It's going to happen.
Why they are considering it?
It's not, like I say, it's not a consideration. It's going to happen.
Okay, I mean, okay, yeah. I'm just saying, I'm just going by, you know, what's being posted in the group chat.
I'm just here to help you. You know.
Do you think it's a good idea that he gets traded? But what can we? So they're talking to the Vikings. Who are they considering with the Vikings trading him for? Do you know?
I don't know if they're talking to the Vikings, but here's the thing, though. He's one of the highest paid cornerbacks. He only had 3 interceptions in 2 years. I mean, look.
So you think it's good that he's being traded?
Yeah, I mean,
is the Department of Miami Efficiency, are they making a good decision?
Well, Mike Tomlin said it best. We want volunteers. We don't want hostages. So if somebody has their mind set on leaving, you don't keep them there.
Oh, okay. Well, I got no issue with that, because they did say it was mutual, but it sucks that I've known more about the Dolphins this offseason I've ever known about them, besides when I used to collect football cards with Cap as a young kid and hanging out with his parents and stuff. But like I was well versed because I was around it all the time. But now I have it again. So I've just paid attention to the Dolphins more than I ever have before, but I didn't realize that he didn't do that well last season. I thought he did better than that. But 3 interceptions for an entire season, I don't know. What is the going rate for a cornerback, do you think is a good amount of interceptions?
Not 3 in 2 seasons, I could tell you that. By the way, John Featherland.
3 in 2 seasons?
Yeah. See this guy right here? John Featherland. He's a frequent guest of the show, you know, John Featherland.
Yeah.
He messaged me on Facebook.
I recognize everyone in the comments tonight. Sorry I haven't shouted you all out. I'm just trying to stay.
He messaged me on Facebook 2 or 3 days before that announcement came out that they were talking about the rumors. The rumor mill was him being traded. And long and behold, you know, I think that it happened. You know.
I mean, 3 interceptions in 2 seasons, that's not good. I thought he was better than that. So, I mean, if we can almost whatever we can get for him. I mean, because we did re-sign, because you might as well go on to the next one, because these two kind of work together. It's funny how one play, you know, like the same position, 2 players. No. Go back. Did you see number 2? Kadar Kaho? Yeah. Because they did re-sign him. So,
but it was
did he do better than he's done better than Jalen Ramsey?
Well, Jalen, he plays a different position than they're both.
No, he's cornerback.
Again, I mean, cornerbacks. There's two type of cornerbacks. You have boundary cornerbacks and you have slot cornerbacks. He's not a boundary cornerback. Just like an offensive lineman, you have guards and tackles that have different responsibilities. So Kader Kohu is not a boundary. What do you mean?
I have it written down.
What are you talking about?
I learned the players' names. Did I say it wrong?
I don't know. Maybe when at least in my text message, I put it in the order that I had it.
No. I'm saying, I might be pronouncing it wrong, but that's what I read their name as.
Kader Kohu. Yeah, he was a boundary. He's a slot cornerback. He's not, slot. So
I'm like a substitute teacher up here in front of a class trying to get names right.
Yeah.
So do you know how? Okay, yes, but okay. So So there's two different positions in cornerback, but did how do you say his first name?
Kader Kohu.
Kader. How did
Darth Vader?
Has he produced more than Jalen Ramsey?
No, he's a good tackler, but he's a liability in coverage.
Well, see, this is why. So this is why I've paid attention to these two players, because I think the Dolphins need to improve on the defense significantly, because you can't just constantly try to outscore the other team. And cornerback is one of my favorite positions in the NFL. That one and safety. Because I feel like those positions remind me of like when you're driving on the highway and you're like all the way in the far right lane. Like, let's say that you're going down I-95 where it's 3 lanes and there's not an exit up for a while. And you're in 3 lanes and you're in the far right lane and there's nobody behind you, but there's people in front of you. That's kind of like what it's like being on the defense, where you could see everything from far away. So it's more of like I don't know. It's yes, I feel like you get more of the open.
He plays slot and boundary, but he does not play boundary nowhere near as good as Jalen Ramsey does.
And what's his name on the Gators? What was his name? I think he won with Tebow. Or maybe it was a couple seasons after Tebow was there. He played cornerback or safety. He played for Pittsburgh after he got drafted. Who I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
What was his name?
And by the way, JC, if you have Twitter, let me know, man. Listen, I'm gonna be doing an open panel show on Friday. You can come on you want to. If you want to do a show during the week, let me know.
Joe Hayden.
I can make it happen for an hour. So hit me up if you're on Twitter.
What position did he play? Joe Hayden. He played cornerback. Yeah. He was bad. Like, he is one of the reasons why I started really liking that position, because he was so badass. And Ed Reed. Oh shit! Did I cut off my camera? Oh shit! Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize I did that. Sometimes, so I have a keyboard that is a keyboard and a mouse, so that way I don't have to move my hand. I hate mouses. Like, I hate rats. If you hate rats, you hate mice. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. So I like having, but sometimes I be clicking on things I shouldn't be clicking on. Like the camera button. Or sometimes I'll accidentally copy or move something like a big, large file into another folder, and I have to hit it real quick to say exit or cancel. You got to do the quick maneuver. So yeah, because I've seen, like, when you have really good, like I've seen, like when you have a really good cornerback or safety like Ed Reed or Joe Hayden. I mean, I physically saw Joe Hayden win, like, help the Gators win a game because he completely stopped the other team from scoring or got an interception and like completely changed the aspect of the game. And so those positions just really can really do a lot to contribute to a team winning. So the Department of Miami efficiency, y'all better be getting it right. Who was it that posted? Was that you that posted the Greer, the toy, the Greer AI toy?
No. I don't know.
Somebody else. You're like, oh, I'm expecting. I'm like, yeah, right. I'm like, no way you're just going to tell the world like that. So, come on, Dolphins. We got to get it right. The Vikings, I mean, hopefully Jalen Ramsey can go to the Vikings and contribute, and we can get a good player off the Vikings. Or maybe we can get another offensive player. We'll see. But I'm going to pay attention to the group chat because it's probably where it's going to go down. As far as just live, we have a reporting from the Dome Association of Florida.
By the way, real quick, I want to shout out. Hey, listen, you want to? I'm doing. I'm getting a certification on spirits. I'm studying this summer. It's a WSET level 2 spirits certification. So I'm down, JC, as well. I already got my wine, and I'm doing my spirits. And then next year, I'm doing level 3 in wine.
You know, I was joking earlier when I said mixologist, and then now you're actually you're like you're better than that almost. I think maybe not better than it, but you're not.
I work in.
But you're in. Oh, okay. But you enjoy it also, though.
Yeah,
because you want to go to the wineries out here.
Yeah, Chateau Saint Michel.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to catch this Pokemon. Got to catch them all.
But my favorite spirit is cognac and rum. Love me some cognac. Pass the Cavassier, baby.
My favorite, when I used to enjoy drinking before I turned 21, pretty much, I like to have, and I'm not condoning underage drinking. I'm just saying, I don't know. I had a lot less responsibilities. I enjoyed alcohol when I had a lot less responsibilities and just other things in my life. I just it's the last time I actually enjoyed it, right? Mm-hmm. SoCo and 7-Up.
Oh yeah.
Jim Beam and Coke.
Yeah, Beam and Coke.
Yeah. I like Canadian, no, what is it called? Crown Royal.
Yeah, Crown and Coke.
And Crown Royal Special Reserve. Have you ever had Crown Royal Special Reserve?
No, I haven't had that one yet.
Oh, all right. I'll tell you what. All right. Have you ever had Jack Daniel's Honey?
Yeah, I do have this though.
Oh, okay. So so my favorite shot to take is a Jaeger bomb with like some energy drink. Right? That's the kind of alcohol I like. Like that's the only, like if I'm having Jaeger bombs, I'm having a good time. I think that's the only time I'll enjoy ever drinking again is Jaeger bombs, because Jaeger bombs usually mean that you're trying to like you're trying to really turn up and not just drunk, but like have energy, excitement, That's when I enjoy alcohol. Because I think like Jaeger bombs are more like a social, I don't know, it's like a, you know, how like, you know, you drop the freaking drink in there or whatever, and then you take the shot. I feel like it's more interactive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I like things that I don't know.
This is my favorite honey whiskey. American honey. Wild turkey.
Wild. Okay. My mom's favorite whiskey in her last years was Jack Daniel's honey. So I've taken a lot of shots with good friends with Jack Daniel's honey. So if you'd like to, when you're here, we can do that, or we could do maybe that, because my mom would definitely want to try that. I could say that, definitely the honey. And I haven't had Crown Royal Special Reserve in a long time, but I feel like you're a homie to me now, just with I don't know, I've known you for years, and like how you gravitated towards my show because Go Gators.
Yeah,
but I don't know, you're a friend too, and so
I appreciate that, man. Hell yeah.
It's one of the things that I've really enjoyed about this show is like making a friend out of it. And there's other friends of mine in the group, but you're definitely
but hey, feelings mutual. That's why when my wife pitched because every year we got married. The reason I got married in August is so we could, when it's our anniversary, we're gonna travel. We got married.
Oh, okay, yeah, right, yeah.
If we got married during football season, I don't want to marry during football season.
Get it? No. Well, it's good that you put it right before football season.
Yeah, exactly.
So that way, it's not like you did it in May.
Our anniversary week, we're gonna travel, and so when she presented the idea to go to Seattle, you're the first person. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go to Seattle. You're the first person that came to mind.
Dude, I'm so pale compared to, oh my gosh. I'm so pale, dude, compared to how I used to be, man. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm excited. So we're definitely gonna do something. So I'm hoping.
Oh man, yeah, trust me. When I get if I'm like during the summer, I get a lot darker than this is my winter pale.
This is my year-round pale. I hope I go with y'all. If y'all go to North Cascades National Park, I hope I go.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But you definitely gonna go to Kurt Cobain's house here in Seattle, and then you can go to where I believe he was homeless. There's a bridge. And there's a statue for him. I think it's like a guitar. It's in starts with an A. It's where he was born, the city. If you go out to Olympic National Park out there northwest of Seattle, you can go by his hometown on the way back to Seattle. I'll show you when you get here. So you might as well do it. There's nothing else over there really to see. And since, you really want to see, because it would just complete it, because I didn't even really know about it until I asked around, So, because what's interesting about his hometown, here, I'll look it up right now what it's called.
While you look it up, Redhead, I graduated Carol City in 1997.
It's starts with an A, I think. Where is it at? Oh, Aberdeen. Aberdeen is what it's called. I will be right back.
One thing I learned about whiskeys, about being in the industry, there's a lot of allocated bourbons. A lot of allocated bourbons. A lot of bourbons that people covet and try to get their hands on, like the Pappy Van Winkles, the Buffalo Traces of the world, things of that nature.
All better.
Yeah, you graduated 92. Yeah, I was coming in 1992, 93 was my freshman year. I got left back my junior year for skipping too many days of school.
Yeah, and what's cool about Olympic National Park is all the mountains that are out there are not volcanic.
Mm-hmm.
So they're when you drive all the way to the top of, if you go to this one area, it's called Hurricane Ridge, you could see real far, and it's easy to walk around up there because it's unlike mountains that are taller and are volcanoes, it's really loose up at the top, and you can't just really climb up there that easy. But the mountains in Olympic National Park aren't volcanic, so they just grew differently, and they have a lot of trees all the way at the very top of them. So it's a lot more solid foundation and easy to walk around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, which you know, there's so much to do out here. So like, the more you can do that doesn't totally wear you out, the better. If you want to do a lot. Because I mean, I'm telling you places that I took my grandfather and we still had we had an amazing time.
Yeah.
Because it's just nothing like being all the way at the very top. It's so cool. You can see real far. So what do we got for so what we got for next topic? Is it volcanic or volcanic? You tell me, Joe. You look it up. Aaron Rodgers. Should he retire, or should he just get signed by the Dolphins already for a 1-year contract? That would be what True Talk said. The Dolphins truly betraying Tua.
Hold on, where do you get white Hennessy Buffalo? Because man, we can't find that shit in Florida. Hennessy White, we can't find that in Florida.
Hennessy White? I don't think I've ever seen that out here.
At one time, you can only buy it overseas, like internationally.
Oh. Well, there might be tariffs on it now. Hennessy Pure White. I don't know. I don't like Hennessy anyways. I don't think. I haven't heard Hennessy.
Well, Hennessy is my favorite. Is my go-to beverage.
What do you drink it with, or you just sip it?
Neat.
What's neat mean?
No ice. Just straight up.
So what does ice mean? On the rocks?
Yeah, on the rocks. Yeah, there's two liquors I drink neat. Actually three. Bamboo, Captain Morgan private stock, and Hennessy.
What's the difference, Hennessy White versus?
I never had Hennessy White, unfortunately. They don't sell that. They don't sell it here in Florida.
But do you know what it would be different at? What would?
Well, you know, bourbon, cognac gets the color from the aging of the barrel, so it's not aged in barrels. It's called Hennessy. You know, that's why. Like bourbon.
Have you ever had?
Like this? See, it has that tint. It's because of the bourbon, because of the barrels they're aged in.
Have you ever had Creek water?
No.
Yellow Wolf's whiskey. We should. Do you have who do you work for?
I'm not gonna say, but
okay.
I'll tell you backstage, but I'm not gonna say.
We should try to that'd be dope, because he does like events where he'll go to somewhere if y'all become a distributor with him.
Mm-hmm.
That would be crazy. I'd fly to Florida for that. I didn't watch it, but Rodgers was on Pat McAfee talking about where he might go or he might retire. Maybe he is just going to retire. I'd like to see him go to another team, even though I don't always root for. I don't know if I'll necessarily root for him. I just want to see. I don't know. I think situations like this are good for professional sports. And I think the Dolphins should sign him to a 1-year contract and just see him and Tua just run the offense. Just go all in. This Greer's going to be like, look, come on down here, Rodgers. Throw the ball around, and we'll just bring you in and out. Because it's not like running the Wildcat. You don't know what they're going to do. They could do the same plays.
Yep.
And neither of them are super mobile. So it's not like they have to fabricate some, new offense, because they both want to just stay in the pocket. That's where they should be. Tua shouldn't be out there running around because he can get a concussion, and Rodgers can't be taking huge hits like that. So Department of Miami efficiency needs to step up, sign him. That's how we're going to get. That's what we're going to do. We're going to trade Jalen Ramsey, just give him away, and we're going to sign Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. You think that would work, Shake?
Huh?
You think that would work? Rodgers to Miami?
No, no.
Why not?
I'd stick with Tua. If you're asking me, I'd stick with Tua.
I'm saying run both. Runneth up. Like those paintings where it shows like a lady like this from like the 1200 AD.
Oh, man, listen,
like
if it works, if it works, it works. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know. I mean, I don't think you have that much to lose signing Rodgers to a 1-year contract.
Yeah.
I don't think it could hurt more than it can help at this point. The discount double check. Could be like Rodgers, because you can let him be selfish. He wants to have another MVP season. Go right ahead, dude. Be selfish. Bring on Pat McAfee down here.
We'll see.
Move Pat McAfee into right here inside the Dolphin Stadium. Bring him on down. Lee Corso out. Pat McAfee in. You know what I'm saying? Run them together. Just run it.
Uh-huh.
Because maybe you just retire. But because I'm trying to see, I want to see another quarterback have what Brett Favre had when he went to the Vikings. That shit was badass. And that was like the last time Percy Harvin was relevant in the NFL.
Yeah, he won a title. He won a national. I think he won a Super Bowl with I forgot what team he won it with, but
he won a Super Bowl with the team.
Yeah, he did. I can't remember what team it was, but he did win a Super Bowl. I'll look it up as a matter of fact as we speak.
I'm gonna look it up right now. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Percy Harvin Super Bowl. Oh shit! It was with the Seahawks.
Okay,
I knew that.
Mm-hmm. In your neck of the woods, he won it with your team.
Yeah, but I wasn't living out here then.
Okay.
That's crazy. I forgot.
Yeah, man.
Those were the glory days.
Just like Carlos Dunlap finally won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs. Remember Carlos Dunlap?
Yeah.
He won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs.
I got to see Percy Harvin play at Florida. I got to see him and Aaron Gonzalez play.
Raphael Courtright. See, every podcaster, everybody has a mentor they look up to. This guy right here, Raphael Courtright, is my mentor. I look up to him. Raphael, what's up?
He's pretty much a veteran to my show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember Raphael being on in the comments for almost the entire time I remember my show. We got lifers in here, man. I'm really thankful for y'all. I'm really thankful for y'all. Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
What we got next?
Vamos Gatos, what's up? And listen, this guy right here, his name is Vamos Gatos. I'm gonna call him Vamos Gatos because he's waiting for Aaron Rodgers to make his destination. So I could call him. Let's say if he goes to Minnesota, he'll be Kane's Vikings, or Kane's Steelers. He's waiting for Aaron Rodgers to find a home because he was Kane's Packers, then Kane's Jets, and now he's going to be Kane's. He's still waiting on it. So I got to call him Vamos Gatos for the moment. So shout out to you,
Is he a Gators fan though?
Huh? No, he's a Canes fan.
Oh, okay.
But he's a good personal friend of mine too.
Gatto.
So shout out to you, man.
Thank you for being here tonight with us, everyone. Hit the like button, please. Hit the share. What do we got next?
All right. Next on the docket, Heat Hawks.
So that's tomorrow. So this is the second play-in game for the Heat, and they won their first game.
Mm-hmm.
So if they win, they're in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
I believe. It's good, considering we don't have Jimmy Butler anymore. I mean, because we went to the finals with Butler, but we also went through the play-in tournament to do it. I didn't check. What is the Golden State? How are they looking? Are they in the playoffs? That'd be crazy if they win this season. Or if they go against the Miami Heat in the finals and then watch we beat them. That would be crazy if we go against the Warriors in the finals and we beat them. That would just, man. You want to talk about Jimmy Butler having an emo? Remember when he came back emo after the season, the last one time they lost? Mm-hmm. He was all emo. He'll be double emo. You won't even see his face. What's their position? What's their
They beat Chicago last, yeah. So we'll see.
The Warriors. What rank? Oh, they're third. All right, so they're in the playoffs. So they're going to get into the playoffs. So as of right now, we could see them in the finals. So we'll get to Joe. I'll answer your question here in a minute. Since we're because the next topic talks about drafting.
Okay.
But I'm excited for I'm going to be able to watch that game too tomorrow. Yes. Because I got a concert on Saturday, so I'm not going to be able to watch basketball. But tomorrow.
You ready for the next topic?
Let's do it. So did you see this?
No, I didn't see that. What tell me.
So Rams to honor LA firefighters by drafting from fire station. So let's see. Drafting from LAFD Air Operations. So we are humbled to partner with LAFD.
Hey, by the way, JC, what do you guys think of you guys? Tre'Davious White goes to the Buffalo Bills. What do you guys think of? Tre'Davious White, JC? Let me know in the comment section.
So I don't know if I'm trying to see what they mean by draft from them. The Rams are taking their war room on the road. Oh, so they're going to have the draft party from a fire station in LA. Oh, shit. Damn it. My internet's been messing up. Yo, hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
All right, sorry. My internet's been messing up since last night. We lost power. I don't know what's going on, but we lost power last night.
You're fine though. You're fine.
Yeah. But I'm just letting everybody know that's what's going on. So I don't know where I lost y'all, but the Rams are going to have their war room just out of Los Angeles Fire Department. So to kind of bring, probably they're going to have stuff there. They're going to be camped out there, coaches, scouts, and Rams personnel. So just to bring awareness to the firefighters and what they've been dealing with, especially in Los Angeles and those Palisade fires? Friggin' California. They allow one family that they own like pomegranates and almonds. They control like 80% of all the water in California. How is that legal? And then LA burns down because they don't have any water. Right? Mm-hmm. This ain't got nothing to do with politics. This is everything to do with common sense and right and wrong. And nobody should have control of that much water for once. Nobody. It should be the state. Like, that's crazy. So anyways. That's why, when I saw this, and it was reported by Reuters, Reuters. I actually like them. I came across them on accident. They popped up on my work phone one day. They like do like, I don't know, it came with my alarm. Yeah, I'm gonna answer that right now in a second. And you can opt in to have it like tell you news and stuff during, after the alarm goes off. But then I started seeing them online and I just like their content. And the reason why I even clicked on their page today was because of that reporting of LA, the Rams hosting from a fire station. So they just got really cool content. And it's not like I found it to be, it reminds me a little bit of what is it called? NPR, but it just doesn't seem to have, because NPR always gets that what is it called? Stigma that it's like liberal or democratic or whatever. It's just news. But I get this same kind of like like it's similar, feels like similar to NPR, but it's not really political. So who I think the Dolphins should draft is who we put together. I've never done a mock draft, but we have, how many picks do we have? 10?
10 or 11.
And like, does that matter what rounds?
Yeah, I forgot, but yeah, we have about 10 or 11, but mostly in later rounds.
I think the offensive line and defense, I think they should shop around in the NFL for offensive players and then get defensive players and offensive line players from the draft. Because we already have a backup quarterback, maybe one backup quarterback. That's what I'm saying, sign Rodgers so we don't have to look for another quarterback. Because we're fine now, but we might want to have a third one. Or what I think is good, go for a wide receiver that could be a third quarterback. I think would be a good option, maybe in the third round, fourth round. A wide receiver that can also be quarterback. Or defense and offensive line. Because we're gonna get something. We're gonna get something for Tyreek. Hopefully, it's a player, and we're gonna get something for Jalen Ramsey. So, I think offensive line and defense, and then one backup quarterback / wide receiver. From the Dolphins, Miami, the Department of Miami efficiency. What players that'll be, I don't know. I'm sure. I think Ali's going to be going live during the draft.
Yeah, he will.
So I might jump in on some episodes, or because I'm kind of curious, or just, I guess, listening, because I can't watch the whole draft, but I guess I'll know when the Dolphins are going to be making a selection. Is that next weekend?
Next Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday in the afternoon. The remaining of the rounds. So Thursday is round 1, Friday is 2 and 3, and then the remainder of the rounds is on Saturday. And it's like rapid fire, so the picks come in real fast. They have less time per pick.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that they're doing less time?
Because you have about 5. I forgot what the minute is, but it's a lot less than the first round. So you have time limits. So
yeah, because that's why I never really watched the draft, because it just seemed like it was so long. I was like, I can't sit here and watch this.
The first round is longer.
It's just like so many commercials.
Yeah, the first round is longer, but the second, then as the rounds progress, they get shorter and shorter.
Oh, okay. Just a little tired. All right, what do we got for oh, I forgot to put number 7. Oh, I didn't forget to put number 7. I still texted you number 7. I just didn't write number 7 down. What do we got for number 6? This, man, this, I don't know. I mean, I want to say that this isn't the first time I've talked about this on here. I can't remember. I want to say that I have talked about this subject before.
What the hell? Now let me bring it up. It's probably let's see something.
Maybe it's because let's just leave it like that. Let's just leave it like that. Oh, did it take off the other word?
Probably.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So I think everyone here has seen what's going on at FSU. It's like I think our government is failing at doing more of a job. I think schools are failing at doing more of a job. If it were, this is what should happen. There should be, talking about draft, there should be a draft or a recruitment for military, cops, retired military, retired this, security guards, just anyone that has concealed carry or weapons training, recruit them to go work at schools. Okay. Trump, you need to sign an executive order for a recruiting agency to get any and all, okay, to go walk around schools. Because what else is actually being done? Nothing. I've never heard any president ever talk about really what they're going to do about this problem. And every president that doesn't act on this problem is failing this country, regardless of how much good they do. This is one of the highest things I judge our president on, is this problem. Because there's so many reasons why this problem is happening. A lot of it has to do with the parents of these kids, because where are they getting the weapons? And why are they so angry? And why are they so willing to do this? That's parenting problems 101, is raising a kid to not become a murderous psychopath. I just said last week, a huge reason why I don't have kids is because of how important I see parenting being. How important it is to raise somebody right. This is one of the things I'm talking about. Because kids are not being raised right. A lot of school shootings are young dudes. They're like 18, 19 years old, 17 years old. Okay? That's a huge parenting problem. But regardless of that, our presidents are doing nothing about this problem at all. Because we should have already situations trying to stop this, whether it's security or fencing or metal detectors. But I don't want to turn schools into making them look like prisons, because people start saying, oh, now it looks like a prison, looks like a prison. Well, what the hell do you want? Do you want kids to live? I want people to live. Plus, FSU has probably one of the highest, I mean, this is just a statistic, but there's a lot of women that go to FSU. It's one of the highest schools for women. So, and you heard people screaming, those were all women screaming. So it's just, these schools need to be paid. They need to be protected. They need to be protected. They need to be protected. There should be no excuses. So if we can have NIL, we can have security too. Why aren't the boosters stepping up? Why haven't the boosters stepped up? Why isn't the president, so who's the governor of Florida? Why isn't he saying it's now an emergency in Florida, that our schools are under attack? We had Parkland in Florida, down there in Palm Beach County, or 954 Parkland, okay? And then we had Orlando, that club where the guy went in there and killed like 50 people. And now we have FSU. And then there was a kid, I went to Lake Worth High. There was a kid in Lake Worth Middle that went and shot a teacher. So why aren't governors and presidents, like, it's like anything will help, right? Put out an opinion. What do you think the best way to keep a school protected? Put out an opinion. Ask everybody. Would you, if it were practical, I would do it. I would walk around a school with a bulletproof vest on and a gun. I would do it. If I could get paid to take 1 day a week to not work my science career and to go protect a school, I would do it right now. Right now, I would do it. So if I'm willing to do something like that, I'm willing to sacrifice one. I have to get compensated for it, because I have a career for a reason. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to start somewhere. But if I can do it 1 day a week, what if that 1 day, but think about it. Oh shit. They got someone that walks around willing to handle business. So you have to kill him first, but now people are going to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you got to go through me. There's a lot of people in this country that would do the same thing. Or what if somebody is going through a program and they're trying to become a citizen of this country? Would you be willing to defend this country? What y'all think of that? I don't know. There's so many options. People that there's so many things. There's so many things that we can do, even if it's not with a weapon, even if it's not with a firearm. We just put people around a school. Just put people around a school. Put up gates so that people cannot get in without being seen. If you go walking up to the White House, You will immediately get tackled. If you break through the gate and run up to the White House, you will get tackled by like 10 dudes that you did not see anywhere. That's what you can do at a school. That's what you can do at every college, every school. There's no excuse for this anymore. There's no excuse for this anymore. How many executive orders has Trump signed since he's been in office? And this isn't a rant at Trump. Every president has done jack shit. And a friend of mine posted on Facebook tonight, she posted the same thing. And I said, watch our government and our president not do shit about it. And she goes, oh, well, what do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? Everything they can. That's what I want them to do. Everything they can. Put a tariff on bullets. Put a tariff on guns. Put a tariff on parents. Hold more people accountable. Who did this kid come? Where did he come from? Why does he want to kill all these people? It's not, he wasn't bullied. He wasn't bullied at that school. Nobody goes to FSU and gets bullied. Why is he, who is this kid? Why is he so angry? Why is he killing people? And his parents should be in prison for the rest of their lives for it. There's no excuse on both ends. What I said last week about not having kids, this is one of the reasons. Because of how important it is to guide somebody correctly. You can't have, you have to guide people. You can't, you have to know if your kid is going to be capable of that. Luigi, his parents look like they're wealthy. Why weren't they paying more attention to their kid when he was going through all those health problems? It's not an excuse to kill somebody, but somebody was dropping the ball along the way.
Well, to be fair, it was his mom that was going through the health problems that made him do that, Luigi.
I'm just saying that, but they looked like they had money.
Yeah.
So money can make a lot of things better when it comes to health. They really can. So, sorry, I wasn't trying to get off track. I'm just saying that, you know, if your kid turns out to murder 12 people, you messed up as a parent. You have to wonder, like, parents, how they're not being held accountable for this stuff is fucking crazy.
So you want the parent to go to jail?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why is that?
Because
they have no control. Listen, once a kid is grown, they have no control of what the kid. Once he turns 18 and is out of their, they have no control of what a kid does.
If you got to get to know your kid. You have to get to know your kid. You have to know your child. You have to ask about them. You have to look into them. You have to see signs.
Again, a lot of you have kids that don't have parents, and kids whose parents have died early. So there's a lot of you can't just paint one broad brush. Say it was to all the parents, because at the end of the day, you can't be with your kids 24/7.
You're absolutely right, Shake. It's just,
trust me, if my mom found out some of the shit I did, she'd be like, "What the fuck,
man?" Shake.
So
you're not gonna go into FSU and murder 12 people.
I understand that, but at the same time, not every parent keeps tab on their kids 24/7. It's called a double life. They
Yeah,
could be
but
one way around their parent and
okay.
another way when they're gone.
Mm. This is what I mean. One of my goals in life is to motivate people to stop committing crimes. Find ways to guide people so that they don't commit crimes. So I don't look at Jeffrey Dahmer, right? If his parents would have really looked into him, they would have figured out that he was doing some messed up stuff, but they didn't. The kids, the Columbine kids, the way they were able to get guns and all of that, their parents were not paying attention to them. I mean, you're right about it, but it's just like what led this kid down this path? I think it's starting to become they just want to outdo each other. Because, okay, now Robert Paddock, the guy, the Las Vegas shooter, that's completely different than a 20-year-old. This guy was, he just wanted to go out with a blaze. But being 20 years old and doing something like this, I don't know. It's if you don't want to blame the parents, then who are we going to blame? Who like what are we going to do to make it stop happening?
I'll tell you what, it ain't by blaming the parents. On some instances, yes, but not all.
Well, that's what I'm speaking to then. I'm not speaking
and again,
to
not
all.
everybody has a parent. Some people lose
Right.
their
Well,
parents.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. If you didn't have parents, that's the same thing as bad parenting. If you grew up in and out of foster homes, that's the same thing as bad parenting. Because his parents were not there. If his parents died for some crazy reason, that's trauma that he can never that has changed him for life. Okay? But if you were somebody who is capable of making your kid into someone that is capable of doing that, then you need to be like parents should still be investigated.
Look, well, here's the thing. Here's the one thing I do know. It's easy to say what a parent should do when they don't have kids. I can't. It's just like whenever my brother talks about things with his kids. I say, listen, talk to somebody with kids, because I can't give you advice on kids, on raising kids, because I never had any kids. You know what I'm saying? It trips me out. Some of these parenting books that are out are written by people that don't have fucking kids and have not the first clue on how to raise kids. Yeah, I know how to be a son, but I don't know how to be a dad, and that's real. So it's real easy to talk. Like someone like El Capitan could speak on it, because you know what? I've met his kids, and I tell you what, he has the perfect family, bro. Real talk. He has the perfect children.
Okay. So yeah, but he has help from his parents too. His parents have done a lot to help him in life. Okay, his kid is not going to turn out.
I know.
His kid is not going to go to FSU and murder 12 people. It's not going to happen. That's what I mean. I'm not judging parents, but parents have something to do with this crisis. It's their kids doing it. Even if they're, I understand. This isn't a one, that's a Band-Aid, okay?
Yeah,
Putting
one
a
size
Band-Aid,
fits all.
okay, it's not, okay? I'm just trying to speak at the problem. I mean, I just said I'm physically willing. If there was an executive order that would compensate me, I would take 1 day a week and go protect a school. So that's what I mean. If I'm willing to try to show a way that I think would make a change, that means I'm also willing to help. Because I would be more on the side of don't try to blame this, don't try to blame that, if I really couldn't help at all. But I can. Well, I could. It's and this is, and I don't know if, look, my mom, she got to know me. She paid attention to me. She made sure I was right. Like, not right. She made sure I was straight. She made sure I was like, she got in here. That's what I mean. That's what I mean with parents, because I witnessed it with my mom. And if I was a parent, that's what I would do. I would teach my kid about this. Parents, this is your opportunity to show that if you feel this way, talk about it. It's not a judgment thing. I'm not, it's awareness. Talk to your kid, understand your kid. Just talk to your kid. Get to know your kid. If your kid wants to do that, well, then talk to him about it. People have angers, people have aggressions. That's what makes us human. But get help. Get help. It's there. Call a line. Just call. Do whatever you can. That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have gotten it if I would have had to, if my mom had cancer twice. The first time she had cancer, she didn't die. She almost died when I was very young. And I would have had to get raised by my dad, and I would have turned out to be a way different person. And I do not mean that in a good way. I don't know how I would have turned out, but I wouldn't have had my mom. And if I was a parent, I would do exactly what she did, so that my kid wouldn't turn out to be a troublemaker. And I'm not better than anybody. I don't think I'm better than anybody. I'm always willing to explain what I'm talking about, what I'm arguing against, what I'm arguing for. And I'm always willing to learn. And I don't judge. I'm trying to fix this problem. I'm not trying to point a finger. I'm willing to stand up and do something about it. Someone said in the comments earlier, you have to start somewhere. We do.
That was awareness, crypto, by the way.
Awareness, communication, involvement. If we have so much opportunity here, make people understand, why are people wanting to do this? Like the guy who went in during the Batman movie.
Mm-hmm.
When the Batman movie came out in 2012, he went in there as the Joker and killed a whole bunch of people. In the picture, he's taking a photo. He looks like this. It's like how long have you been that crazy, dude? How long have you been that crazy? Why are you that crazy? Just look into, why are you that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If we can look into and really get to know all these kids, is there a common problem here? What is the common problem? Do we know? Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's why I'm saying maybe parents, maybe the government, maybe this, because I don't know. I mean, but like to do something like that, to actually do it is so much different than think about it. I mean, that's a lot of work. That's time, that's effort, that's thought process, that's execution. You're buying stuff, you're spending money, you're writing stuff down, you're thinking about it. No one's noticed this.
Yeah.
And this is different than like kids growing up in gang activity and parents dying in gangs and shit. Gangs don't really go in schools and murder people. That's not what really gangs do. They have beefs but mostly they just want to sell drugs. You know, I knew kids and cliques and gangs and stuff, and it was just mainly just trying to get money. And if you had a fight with somebody, usually they held their own, but like none of them were going into schools and killing people. It's not video games. You know, and if someone's raised in a you know, in a crime city, or if he's in gangs and stuff, that's different. These kids pop out of nowhere. They just show up and start murdering 12 people. That's not the same as the kid growing up in gangs and stuff, or a kid that's trying to make $100,000 to kill a rapper. The guy who killed Young Dolph in Memphis, he was trying to make $100,000. He didn't go into FSU. He didn't go into Virginia Tech and just murder people. It has nothing to do with gangs. I mean, maybe it's a gang, maybe there's some kind of affiliation, but it's not like, you know, Crips and Bloods like, yo, I'm not going to go kill kids out of school because I want to join the Crips. It's not video games. My mom and I used to play Sega Genesis Road Rash, where we're riding on a motorcycle and you beat the shit out of a guy. Okay, it was basically Grand Theft Auto. Like, that game was the baddest motherfucking game. Okay, my mom loved the shit out of that game. I didn't turn out to be beaten, but like, she told me what was right and wrong. You can have stuff like this. You could do that. If you get in a fight, defend yourself. Don't start nothing. Just end it if you can. Not someone's life, but the situation. It's just like, it's just right and wrong. But you got to know your kids. You got to know if you can give birth to someone, you can save them. You can save their life. You can mold them. It's just like, okay, so I have family in West Palm Beach, Wellington. There was a guy that walked into the Wellington Publix and shot a baby. The week before I was going to Florida to that same Publix. And then that same week, there was people that got into a fight outside a barbershop where I go get my hair cut. And a bullet went into the barbershop and it went where my head would have been, in the freaking barber chair. If I was sitting in the barber's chair and it was on a day that I usually get my hair cut. So I could have been there and the bullet would have went in my head. The only reason I wasn't there was because I just didn't schedule it that day. That's the only reason. So that's in the same week, a bullet was there's someone killed at a grocery store that I go to in Florida, and a bullet went through the freaking headrest of where I get my hair cut. Okay, so obviously this problem is riddled throughout the country, but we have to start cracking down on it somewhere. In schools, or it should be zero tolerance. Zero tolerance. Like, if I was the president of the United States, I would figure that shit out so fucking quick. Because that is a problem that is a United States problem. Because like, some of these kids do it because they want to get killed. Why do you want to die that way? Why do you want to die? Why do you want to die that way? Like, where did that thought process come? Where did it happen? Was it always there? Were you drawing knives and shit when you were 4 years old, 5, 7, 8? Were you drawing knives when you were 8? Were you hurting shit? Were you killing things when you were 8 years old? Were you a fucking psychopath were you a troublemaker kid? So, anyways, fucking A, man.
Yeah.
So, can you post that with Joe? He said, in lighter news. Well, because, so, you know, I don't want to accidentally sip too much and like get it on my shirt or like breathe in, because sometimes I'll breathe in when I'm drinking, because God forbid I hold my breath while trying to eat or drink food or eat or drink whatever. And I end up like choking because it's so this kind of prevents me from, you know, looking like I don't know how to walk and chew bubble gum while I'm on the podcast. All right. So in lighter news.
All right. This is the last topic of the day.
Yep. This is it. So one of my favorite solid soaps, Fast Orange. So as soon as I saw this, and I've shown it on here before, but I just wanted to show it again because this stuff is Mondo Grande. Because for one, the other Fast Orange, like that comes in the plastic bottle, those plastic bottles are thick ass plastic. So that's a lot of plastic versus this is, if there's any plastic, it's just a thin little film, or it might not even have any plastic in it, but you can buy a whole shit ton of these, and it's easier to store, and it's less ingredients because there's no active ingredients because there's no water. So, and I like it. I like it. I use it for regular soap, not just when my hands are dirty, but I like it because unlike the liquid kind, I can actually take the bar and actually scrub my hand with it versus the liquid kind that gave you like that plastic little scrub brush shit. But that shit used to hurt. This, I can just actually scrub my hand with it. So it's dope. I stocked up on it. I have another one around here, but yeah, definitely recommend this as a solid, sustainable soap for all you mechanics out there, or mechanic. There's this like meme or something. It shows like where a car tire should be, but it's like it has like a little wheel that's for like a cart stuck to the wheel, to the axle. That's what the person did. Instead of replacing the tire, they just stuck some other kind of wheel on there, and then it said underneath, it said mechanic. And it showed like this little animated guy. Like, he was so proud of it. But yeah, this shit's dope. This stuff is dope, and it's super sustainable. Way less plastic. And the other stuff, the liquid stuff, you didn't want to apply it with wet hands. Once you wetted your hand, it kind of rubs off. This is more like a soap where it kind of, you want water because it gets like soapy, unlike the other stuff where you don't want water. It works better without water. So, and it's nice. Like sometimes, like if I just want to bring a half a bar, just cut it in half. You know what I'm saying? Give it up, break it up with the homies that I hear for it's here for Palm Sunday. Okay. Another successful episode. down the hatch. Shake,
Yeah,
you are
sure.
a trooper, man. You are a trooper. You are the late night. You are a late night trooper.
Yeah, man.
You have to get up early every morning too?
I get up around 6, 7 o'clock my time.
Man.
It's only what? It's only 11:30, so yeah, I'll probably get up around 6 tomorrow. 6 hours, 7 hours sleep.
Why do you do insomnia? Why do you wait so late to start?
Insomnia?
It's insomnia or
No, because that's the show. You don't do insomnia in the afternoon.
I know. But man, if I wasn't on the West Coast, I couldn't hang with y'all. I couldn't do it. I love it. I actually love it. Like I love spending my Saturdays.
Well, we do from what 12 to 2. That's not bad, and I'm off the next day, so you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I actually do suffer insomnia sometimes. Insomnia. Yeah.
I've
especially
had
when like for instance, if as crazy as it may sound, when I'm sleeping next to my wife, I sleep like a baby. But when, like, for instance, she was out of town for like a week, whatever, I had insomnia real bad.
Oh. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. I know. But she's like, "Oh, you snore." I'm like, whatever.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yes, by the way, we are doing live coverage of the NFL draft. So yeah. Vic,
yes,
please,
we are.
appreciate you. Make sure you're subscribing and hit the like button.
Ali is going to be doing. He's off. I believe he's off of work, so he's going to be on vacation. And he's going to be going live. I guess that Thursday and Friday, and then somebody will be maybe going live that Saturday. But definitely Thursday and Friday, Ali is so. And he's real. He's already done a mock draft, and he's real big into. He's real big, so he's going to be super excited. You're definitely going to want to tune in.
Raphael, stupid.
Like back in the military days, right, Raphael? Speaking of veterans, Raphael, you're a veteran.
Marine.
All right, so Raphael, you need to hit up your Marine friends and start a coalition called Save Our Schools Coalition. Let's start a biker gang where we show up to a school, and if anyone tries to show up there, we beat the hell out of them. Do it. I mean, plus a biker would be who you want doing it anyways. You don't know anyone who's ever going around calling bikers soft. You don't hear it. Or Marines. That's why I was saying ex-military, because they just have the training and they have the, they have the expertise and knowledge, and, they can pay attention to things. So I think it would be healthy for this country to be able to have something like that. If I become rich, I will eventually I'll start my own program. At least in a city that I live, at least try some program to try at least, I don't know. It can't hurt to try, but I won't ever stand around and point the finger at judge. I promise that, before I step in and try to help myself. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Shake, for running the show, being the producer.
I got your back,
always
baby.
Being the producer. Thank you, everyone in the comments. And we will see you next time.
And yeah, peace.
Hell yeah. I'd be like, shoot this motherfucker.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I saw that.